Hello folks, in this video I'm gonna talk about KRU Blaze versus Giant X in a map bind. Why I picked this because I'm really interested in Neon Yoru pairing in this map, and it's very unheard of, most likely. And how they played, what's their game strategy, what's their strengths, what's their weaknesses, and how Giant X could have won that round, but a couple mistakes cost them and actually eliminate from tournament. So let's dive in. So let's start with our B long default. On B long default, Viper holds shorts from these angles and Brim very hold showers very passively from this angle. And the main reason why we're doing this, we try to get the long control and try to get the orb. How do we get the long control? We flash, Neon slice. If we don't get any contact, Sky can save the dog from here and we get the space and also the orb. And bait some utility, probably Viper Wall or Brim Smoke. In this case, Giant case, they don't have Brim, maybe Harbor, Cascade. So we try to bait some and try to understand their setup, the source side, and what util they have left. So if we choose to hit B side, their idea is that we need to kill the players hold the extremities. What I mean by that extremities, people holding elbow and people holding maybe backside they don't try to let them pass, so the retake will be easier. Their main focus Visa KRU Blaze is that try to find this kills in the spots. So because when they spend so much util on the side, they don't have so much to react to retake, and therefore they're going for this pushing out the lines towards before even they plant the bomb and try to create chaos, because if they rotate, they can, because they have the long control, they can go back and TP. There's so much options for them, and they're really good plan for that. I really like this elbow push with Yoru and Neon, and try to disturb the retake, and also when people rotating, they have to worry about elbow too. And when you have to worry about elbow, especially on B side on bind, your retake is impossible because you have to clear elbow, then you have to clear side, then you have to smoke the bomb. There's so much layers into it.
Ness jump peeking down long. Hero sees just the one player. Early wall comes out, and yeah, Neon tried to slip in front of that one. Not quite going to make it in time.
So the wall stalls him out for a moment, but KRU's still ready to go here. Flash through the wall. In goes Dodds. Not finding anyone just yet. They're going to wrap towards elbow and Ness. Little too much to deal with there. She goes down alone, but Sarah's reaction is great.
In addition to B long default, they pair it up with when they have your ult to very good execute. That what happens is that Viper one ways the B, and you start ulting and clearing hookah and towards the side, while there's people catching up with the steam beacon and also Neon. We try to again push people towards elbow and try to catch them off guard here and because if we get elbow control, we know that they can win the round, especially with the one way up and still Viper Molly, Brim Molly. We have so much thing to delay them on the CT. But let's see what happens in this round. So we start with Sky ult, then you're gonna ult and follow them. Okay, hookah clear. Let's do this. Oh, we catch them on elbow. And the one thing we did, we Brim smoked this. So the thing is, our plan is to push these people to elbow and try to kill them. Now we make ourselves harder for ourselves to fight this angle, because first of all, it's a hard smoke to get out as an attacker, and you will see that the dots has to check the left corner first, then has to flick on the Sarah, and while Smurf holding with the op, and Sarah actually is a nice shots here. So I think we just crippled ourselves in a round, but as an idea, I think without this smoke, this execute is pretty good. The other default we have is A showers default. Our default's heavy on the, again, extremities, showers, and long, be long. So how do we take showers? Sky flash on the corner, Neon, Yoru flash to the left, and Neon slides. If whoever plays on showers, really hard fight for them to hold that side, and they just take that pretty easily. Other than the plan, if you're hitting A, usually these two smoke controllers group up to the hit later than the rest of the group, or they just hold extremities again, and while looking at what's happening on the different side of the map.
That flanking presence could be there.
Dodds here again. This time it's over towards Shout.
If our plan to hit A side after this default, what happens is that we leave one person on the shower and rotate the rest of it to A short, and use our other piece of utility as an initiator, the Sky Dog to the U-hole, and try to get the space while someone holding shower. And when we execute side, you will see the same idea as B side. What's gonna happen is that we're gonna smoke these areas, but however, our duelist needs to push through the smokes and fight this, because again, we are as a this team, our retake hold is pretty bad, and we only have brim mobility delay. So we need to find those kills here and make the retake really hard to come out to these spots. So this is the game plan, and let's see how it works.
Wild showers control. Michaela isn't deep yet. This time though, it's the decoy that sets off the tripwire. Dons wants to push up here. Deep. Nicely done, Moko down here. Relay Vault thrown out. Dons tries to get a bit towards Vince, but Aku's holding the off angle. Still no plant until now. Beyonce going for it, and that wrap could have been everything, but Suzu is brought down.
So as you can see, we're gonna have to attack behind the smokes, but Dodds right now, he's under dilemma, like what I do. There's a trip, I can break it, but I still have to go there as a game plan. So she goes there, but she get punished. But you can see the adaptation from Zeta is so much better than how Giant X adapted. So if you look at the Cypher tripwires, they hold their extremities to the lines that they shouldn't pass, so their retake is so much easier. And they like to play more retake style than just fight them head on, because when you fight them head on, they have more utility and more mobility and more chaos, and you can get lost in the chaos and lose those rounds. So let's look at how Giant X could have played, and when they played as this style, they succeeded, but when they didn't, let's look at it. So round starts with that Miori holding an off angle against this, and I think she whiffs a shot here. She could have definitely go 1-for-1 here, and they hear the crew Visa hear the dog on long, so therefore they expect them to rotate towards B, because they kill Viper, which is the anchor, and there's Sky, which is the weak. It means that kind of weak sidey. So they go towards A. The one thing is that Sarah pushes up really smartly and could try to contain them. And at this moment, I think Giant X makes the biggest mistake. While they try and hit the side, they try to slow them down while we have a huge flank coming. So against this comp, against crew, this comp, you have to make them settle down on the side. How do they settle down on the side? They plant the bomb. They have to settle down on side, and Smurfit's position was really great on showers, holding one extremity, and I think Sage just holds CT and wait for Sky flank to work there. Now, because they were coming to our lab, now we push them our lab with the Sage slows, and now this run has become unwinnable because we have no control over B at all. And again, when we fight, again, you see, you go to elbow and they fight those deep angles, and again, they can TP again, because this team just works on chaos and mobility. So you want to settle them down. How they settle them down? You have to make them plant the bomb. Make them come here, make them come to your lab, and strike after. So let's look at this round. Crew has a numbers advantage, and they put the Viper's pit down. Therefore, they're not pushing towards the backside or elbow in B side terms. And this comp struggles a lot in that sense. So I agree that BSE kind of gets unlucky here with the flash bounce serve Sarah's knee. But however, when we have Harbor and Sage on post plan, it's so hard to lose that post plans. Look at this. If Mior didn't make this mistake, I think they could have won this round. And when you look at the other rounds, when Harbor's alive and they play post plan, the round always comes to 1v1s. And they always lose the spike like a half a second or less than a second. So I think they could have utilized their post plan more against this comp. And also, other thing they could do is that just to hold the elbow or backside more strongly, prepare the post plan. So this is a good example. Giant X finally recognized that, and look at the Sage and Viper positioning. Even though they have man's advantage, they learn from the previous round. Let the flank work. Let the flank clear. We just hold this extremity, because that's the only day win condition to push to the spawn, push to the elbow, and they hold amazingly well with the double hold. We're gonna do Sage slow. We don't need to push you out, because that's your only win con to push through elbows. And they recognize that, and they work around that pretty well and win the round very, very flawlessly. So what Giant X could done better? I think they should immediately recognize after a couple of rounds their tendency, Crew's tendency to push backsides and elbows. We could have just tried to hold this extremities and try to retake, especially on B. Maybe we can use Forsaken Wall like that to cut the side. And maybe if we having trouble, we can co and flush out through to these areas. We have so much options with the harbor on the side. You can solve many problems. And try to with the Viper or Sage in this, they can interchangeably. If they tend to push an elbow, we can just slow. We can just Viper Orb and Molly. We can just try to hold them, try to settle them down on the side without getting them into these areas. So we could have tried that instead of using Sage as a extremity info, such as they did. They tried to always wall the spaces or be long. We could have saved wall and just try to be more patient, because we kind of play into their hand. We try to we try to follow their chaos. I think we should just adapt and play our way, which is our set is the post plan so much stronger than. Another thing they could done is that when they understand, for example, when they see this B default coming, B long default, Smurfette or Viper, they could push these angles towards here and here to catch these people off guard or try to duel them, because if Smurfette gets a duel against Brim, Brim's value so much important attack than Smurfette's value on defense. Because if Smurfette takes Brim down, it leaves attackers to only go A towards with the Viper wall. You eliminate the kind of B option and you can stack B and retake A, because they cannot cut line off the sides and they cannot hard to get on the side without smokes and Brim Molly. And if you get Viper out, you can stack B again, because without Viper wall it's hard to lurk and get the U-hole control in this map. So, and I will say that they played very well, but Smurfette 2 times gets very unlucky towards Brim. So again, as an adaptation to this crew team, I will recommend the Zeta approach. Again, Zeta hold extremities with Cypher and their retake looks so much stronger. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.